Right. Good evening. How are we doing? So, it is day number 5, the final Q&A. So, if you are coming in, give me a hello, put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me okay. I'm just going to add a few people in and just alert you that we are in the house. If you're coming in, give me a hello. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me okay. And let me know your biggest win of the week. Your biggest win of the week. Let me know what it was. Some great questions as ever and some lovely thank yous. Awesome work. And some of you have already joined us already onto the 28-day kickstart, which is amazing. Some of you make some amazing progress in terms of more clarity in where you're at right now, which is amazing to see. This is what it's all about, taking action and remembering you only live once. Hey Debbie, hey Louise, hey Caroline. Good evening, Julie, how are we doing? Right, let's roll. So, how are we doing, Sharon? How are we doing? Good evening, Julie, how are we doing?
Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you absolutely fine.
Awesome.
Perfect. How are we doing, Louise? Right. Send out and invite a few people in, and then we are ready to rock. If you've got any questions tonight as well, just comment below and we will get to them in a second. It is day 5 live. So, okay, we'll get on with the questions in a second. Okay. And we are ready to rock. Hey, Kathy, how are we doing? Let me just share the link and then I'll get the questions up now. Perfect. Right. So I'm just about to share this out. Let's rock and roll. Perfect. So, first question tonight. Let me just get these up now. Right, we're ready to go now. Perfect. So in the comments, by the way, just let us know your biggest win so far this week as well. Good evening, Sarah. Let us know your biggest win so far this week. So what we'll do, we'll just kind of answer the questions in together. We'll go through a few of your questions that you've asked as well on this. So, yeah, ready to rock. Ready to go, Junie?
Yeah, ready to go.
Perfect. So, first question, Debbie asks, is powdered peanut butter any better for you than normal regarding macros and from a fat loss point of view? So, in short, from a macros point of view, it can be better, like calories and macronutrients, because number one, you're probably going to use less and you can use the powder to give a peanut butter flavor. So generally it is lower in calories. It doesn't really have the oil in it. But from a fat loss point of view, pretty good. From a health point of view, like it's not that it's damaging to health, but obviously you could argue nuts are relatively healthy fats, and the result of that is you're not getting as much of the fat from the nuts. But in today's world where it's very easy to overeat, I would say it's not necessarily a bad thing. And if you love peanut butter to the extent where you overeat it, it can be a tool in the toolbox to give you the flavor without all the calories that come with it. Yeah, anything to add to that, Julie?
No, I think it's just being about aware of what you're eating and balancing the nutrients of protein with that of calories, and always thinking about, what else would you, if you didn't eat that, what would be the alternative?
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. And with powdered peanut butter, if I was just to give you a little example here, let me just get it up now. So just to give you some example, so to get 8 grams of protein from powdered peanut butter, that's 71 calories. Okay. Now, if I was to get 8 grams of protein from say a natural peanut butter, like the natural one. So for 8 grams of peanut butter, I would need about 200. 8 grams of protein, I'd need about around 200 calories. So if you compare that, a key figure sometimes when looking at increasing protein intake is actually the percentage of protein per calorie. So of those calories, what percentage is coming from protein? So if you were to work that out, like per 71 calories, 8 grams of protein, or per 200 calories, 8 grams of protein. Obviously, from a fat loss perspective, the powder one is obviously superior. Whether it comes, if you think about magnesium, zinc, copper, all of that side of things, I'm not totally sure. Obviously, it's still got all that in, but obviously because you're eating less of it, because it's the whole point of it being lower in calories is that you're eating less of it. A bit like olive oil spray. Olive oil spray is olive oil, and some people actually buy the spray bottle, so they use less. You tip it in, they use less. You could use the argument that you're now getting less oleic acid, which is the acid in olive oil, which has all the benefits, but you could also argue that you're now not over consuming it. So from a fat loss perspective, in short, yeah, fine. Sarah, biggest win is doing the workouts. I struggle with motivation, but I did them and enjoyed them. We'll do today's workout and task tomorrow, as I was out all day today. Perfect, Sarah, well done. Awesome.
I think that's really key as well. I think, I don't think this is bound to be a bit generalist, but there's not many people that get up in the morning and go, hey, great, I'm going to do some exercise. But we all love the feeling after we've done it. And I think if you've got the ability to push through that, oh God, it's cold, it's wet, the pillow's comfortable, I've had a long day. If you can push through those feelings and get the exercise done, 9 times out of 10, you'll just feel so much better. So much better.
Yeah. I'll be honest, someone said this morning, really didn't feel like working out this morning, but I feel so much more energetic now. And I said, even though I did the work, it was a live workout, and I said, you know what? I'm not saying I didn't feel motivated before, but I feel so much better after doing the workout.
You feel so
totally honest.
Energized. Yeah. I think it's feel energized.
Yeah,
it's a really hard. I think whoever bottles that feeling will make a fortune, because it's that feeling, but you can't quite put your finger on what that feeling is. But you do feel so much energized, refreshed, a bit more raring to go, spring in your step. Just hard to describe.
Yeah, it is, and it's hard to also bottle, because they try to do it with going in nature. There's all these chemicals released in your brain and all of that it's really hard because it's so complex. And there's so many mechanisms you can't really simplify it. Anyway, that's one for you to work on.
And I think it's really important to have a goal. If you're going to do exercise, to have a goal. I know when the ladies join the program, we always ask them, we always ask, why do you want to do this? What do you want to achieve? And nearly everybody says, I want to get fitter, healthier, have more energy, and lose some weight. They tend to be the things. And I would say to anyone that joins the program, yeah, they are important. They're important to all of us. But focus on the difference it's going to make to your life. I spoke to an awesome lady last week. She joined the program. I'm sure she said she was 70, but I might have made that up. But she just retired, and I said, "Why do you want to join the program?" She said, "Well, I do want to become fitter and healthier and those things." But she then went, "Because I want to carry on skiing." And then she went off onto this like story about her skiing that she does, and coming down to the bar and looking over the sea and all the ski resorts, and she said, "I want to do that forever." And I just thought, wow. And there's somebody as well, sorry, and there's somebody that's just come back from, oh, is it Australia, New Zealand, Canada? I know there's not much difference there. Crikey, my geography is dire. But before she went, she'd lost a fair amount in weight. Her fitness had become amazing. She's done this incredible hill walking, which don't ask me where she was because that's really rubbish. So this is a really rubbish story, by the way, because I can't remember half the information. But the bit I can remember, she came back on Sunday and I said, "Oh, what's your plan now?" And she said, "Wow, I'm going to do Couch to 5K. That's my next thing." And then because we've just released the event, so for the ladies that are not in the group already, we're going to be taking part in a couple of external events. And one of them's in Bath, in the 2 tunnels that they've got in Bath. And you can do a 500 meter, 2K, 5K, 10K, or right up to ultra marathon. And she said, "Oh, I shall do that. I shall do that. That'll be my next goal." It's just, I have a goal. Why you want to do it? You know, other ladies, it's because they want to get on the floor. And I'm sure you covered this off on one of the Q&As. They want to get on the floor with their grandkids. Another lady I spoke to, she said, "I love traveling. I love traveling. And I want to be able to have the ability to get through airports, carry my luggage, carry on traveling forever." And it was just like, have a really strong why. It's that why that will help you get over any mindset challenges. Sorry, that was a massive tangent. I have obviously worked with you far too long.
No, you're right, and it is the why. And I actually had a one-to-one with someone just before, actually, and we talked about their why and going back to it, and essentially, you know, how life is short, and actually the monkey on your shoulder might say things like, "Oh, but life is short," and you might go, "Yeah, life's too short not to worry about one of them. One won't hurt." But actually, what are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to with every choice that you make? You know, from being fit enough for the grandkids to wearing your favorite clothes to having the confidence to say yes to events or things that you want to do. That's really powerful. And obviously, as you know from this week, we will adapt everything. Like, obviously, from no floor to knee friendly, there's so many variations. Like, there's always a way. And that's the brilliant thing about resistance exercise. If you've got a bad left shoulder, you work your right shoulder. You've got bad right shoulder, you work your legs. Bad left leg, you work your right leg. Work your bum. You know, there's just endless. Work your core. Really is endless. So, on that note, on to the next question. Kathy said, "I've got to say I love the 5 days, the pointers you've given. Thank you so much. Awesome. Well done being a part." Monica, will we have access to all the content of today? Thank you. Very inspirational week. Found it very useful to get the kickstart I needed. Perfect. That's great to hear. So the group will be open till Monday night, Tuesday. So you can catch up over the weekend. So I know some people might be busy during the week or miss them, and you know there's a lot of content in there, and so you can go on there. Some of you have asked as well what to do if you want to find out more about Fruci Fit. I know some of you have joined up already, and we've got our one-to-ones booked in, which is amazing. Excited for you in terms of our 28-day kickstart, where somebody who've just gone through now, this is actually their book that we filled in, they're picking up on Monday. So on here, we go through and work through the next step by step. And if you look at the link above here, you'll see a bit more information about if you want to have a chat or book in a chat or anything like that, or send me a WhatsApp or message in below. Here you can do that to work with us further if you want to come on to our 28-day kickstart. That's fine. Melissa, I don't have any questions, but I'd like to say thank you so much for the week. It's been really interesting. I've gained a lot of information relating to nutrition, thoughts, etc. It's given me a lot to think about and how I can make small tweaks that will help long term. I finally understand protein better. Perfect. And hopefully the peanut butter question actually kind of helped with that a little bit in terms of percentage of protein, because that is quite a misunderstood one. And I think you can almost be fad proof by understanding protein percentage, because if you go into a supermarket, everything is high in protein until you look at the label, and then you're like, actually, it's not that high in protein. Some of the protein bars, there's more protein in like things that you would never think have protein in. Like, and what they do, which is so cheeky. So if you have a bowl of porridge, so if I said now, like, you had a bowl of porridge, people, I would say, and I said, right, is there any protein in porridge? You say protein's a carbohydrate, and that's true. However, what I would say is the interesting thing about it is that it does contain, I'm not saying eat it for the protein, but it contains some protein just randomly. So if, for example, you looked at the label of like a brand, like if I get a brand up, it could be like just the standard Scott's porridge oats or something like that. That will have protein in it already, like around 5 grams or so per serving, but it doesn't say high protein. Now, what they can do though is add in a little bit more wheat protein or soy protein, something like that. And instead of being 4 grams per 150 calories, they could make it 8 grams. And what happens now is technically it is double the protein, but it's not really what I would say high protein. Now, I'm in two minds about all of this. Like the good thing about this is that obviously if everyday people then go, you know what, I'm just going to have a bowl of porridge, and they're increasing their protein intake, this can be a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but it's not great when we're spending more money on products or expecting this to be hitting our protein targets, which, as we know, you look at research into menopause, perimenopause, as we age, we need more protein than we do when we were younger. You take a 16-year-old compared to a 60-year-old, they need about 3 times the amount of protein and high quality protein to get the same effect of a 20-year-old. Not that you should have that amount, but it's just for argument's sake, you need a lot more protein as you age than when you're younger. So just considering all of that, you know, the fact that there is more protein in foods is a good thing, but also we need to be a lot more aware of the protein quality that we're having and also the portion that we're having. And that's why we focus so much on that. So well done, Melissa, on doing that. Loving the meal planner and 3Fs to aim for each day. Thank you so much. Perfect. Cool. Anything to add to that one, Julie?
Only that 3Fs. I think the 3Fs stay with you forever. So the thing about Fruci Fit is it's not a diet, it's not a fitness program. So I think anybody that thinks about joining Fruci Fit, they need to be aware of that. It truly is about transformational habits. And I know that's so cheesy and cliched these days. Everybody's transforming everything. But it truly is. And I think the 3Fs, the food, the fitness and focus, if you get into that, it so becomes part of your life. And you know, never think that your fitness and your food is going to reach some magical utopia at some point on your journey, and then you're going to be wonderfully fit and it's going to stay like that forever, and you're going to be wonderfully the weight that you want and toned, and it's going to stay like that forever, because there is no utopia. You know, health and well-being is something you have to work on every single day, and the sooner you accept that, I think it becomes easier. And if you can embed the 3Fs into your lifestyle, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the 3Fs really powerful, if I was honest.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Every day thinking, have I done something for my food? Have I done something for my fitness? Have I done something that helps me have a good headspace, as in focus?
And they all interlink together. So I always say this, but often people lack motivation, or even me lack motivation, but actually, really, I often lack motivation and energy when I haven't looked at the focus part, which is normally bed by 10. It's all a vicious cycle. I could look at, I'm like, what's my diet been like? What's my training been like? But actually, often it's the focus element, the one that people don't want to talk about. Similar with sleep as well. It's often not really spoken about, but a bit of accountability around the sleep. We sleep more, we get more energy. It can help with digestion. It can help with our hunger levels. All of a sudden, we're not snacking at 3 p.m. Then we're starting to lose a few pounds. We're starting to move a bit easily. We're taking the pressure off of our knees. We're getting up and down from the floor more easily. All of these things start to fall into place, which is where the power's at. Tanya, not a question, but want to say a big thank you for all your time and advice this week. Perfect. Unfortunately, I won't be able to join this evening because I'm going out. Going out, Tanya? Where are we going? We've got sparkling water here. Jill, what's the way to join Fruci Fit to continue the journey? So the link is in the comments, not in the comments, above this post. There's a link where you can book a call in if you want to. There's a little video that goes over it in a bit more detail, or just send us a message. We do have a kickstart beginning, starting soon. Louise, biggest win yesterday was a great class in the morning and went on throughout the day doing 1-minute workouts and doubled my goal targets and felt amazing. Perfect, Louise. Love it. Awesome work. Good. Perfect. Cool. Sarah, I've loved it. Thank you. Would love to sign up for 28-day challenge. I've been so lethargic for a long time and I know exercise is the answer with helping this. Already this week I feel more energized. Brilliant. Like, even if you just take that as a massive win. And in the one-to-one I just had before this, where we went over this, and I said, I talk about this a lot and I'll bang on about, I do this every single morning, food, fitness, focus. For me, I do it every single day as well. And I share my food, fitness, live it and breathe it. But the thing is what I said is actually the 3 habits that we set today aren't just to be done like forever. They're not like, this is it. This is the plan. This is what we're going to do for 1 to 2 weeks. Then we'll see where you're at. That's where we'll then be able to tweak and adapt. Because it might be that they're too bigger goals. It might be that they're not enough. But you're only going to know by doing. The worst thing you can do is try one thing and go, it didn't work. You'll never actually collect enough data. See it as data collection sometimes. If I do this with my food, what happens over time? If I do this with my fitness, what happens over time? And so on and so forth for focus. If I get to bed by 10 o'clock, we know from research, if people increase their protein at breakfast, they subconsciously eat less through the day, generally. So what a great thing to do. But you know what? It probably won't mean that you lose 10 pounds in 3 days, like a juice diet. But guess what? In 12 weeks from now, you might be recovering better. You might be sleeping better. You might be getting less pain in your muscles. Your pain might be better. We know that from research in fibromyalgia and pain management, that protein can have an effect at a muscular cellular level as well, which is fascinating. Yeah.
I was just going to say, with the habits are more like a tool, tool in the toolbox. There's like when you join Fruci Fit, some ladies say when you join Fruci Fit, there's so much there they don't know where to start. And the thing about that is always work closely with your coach and focus on those 3 habits that you've set with your coach. Because you'll find there are a lot of tools in the toolbox that you can try. And I would encourage you to open your mind to those tools. When I went through the program, there were some wacky things. I can't think off the top of my head, but there were some wacky things. And I thought, there's no way I can do that. However, you've got to open your mind and give them a go. I think probably the wackiest one for me was getting up early in the morning and doing workouts. If you just said to me before I joined the program you'd be getting up at 6 o'clock and doing a workout, I'd have probably laughed in your face. But you've got to open your mind, because you just don't know. So
yeah, and that's it. Only by doing will you know? And that's the key thing. So, Sandra, thank you for great ideas. Highly recommend the 28-day challenge. Next, thank you. Great advice tonight. Perfect. Sharon, really enjoyed the 5 days. I've got to go through the protein list and make a start with introducing a plan and shopping list for work, lunch, and evening meal. I have to catch up the day 5 tomorrow. You give me inspiration to make small change and try and do a small amount of exercise when I can. Yeah, that's it. Don't underestimate that. The research is very clear on that. Like, if you do small little exercises, 1 minute, 10 minutes, 5 minutes throughout the day, that's like snack exercising. They add up. Just like one won't hurt, like the one chocolate leads to the next, to the next, to the next. People say, once I start, I can't stop. That's how I am. Like, I try and do pull-ups through the day. I can't be bothered to do one right now. Absolutely cannot be bothered. But after this Q&A, I will do one on the way out. Then guess what? I'll probably do one more a bit later on. All of a sudden, I've done 2 more. I did 2 when I got in earlier. I couldn't really be bothered to do it. Then I've done 4. That's 4 sets I wouldn't have done. And as a result of that, I kind of haven't had to plan too much exercise into my day. And a result, it might not make a big difference today, but a year from now, all of a sudden, I'm doing a lot better with pull-ups. I'm stronger. My wrist strength is stronger. Bone density. We could go on all day on all of this. So, Nikki, thank you for your time and all the great advice. Wish everybody good success for the future. Yeah, absolutely. So that's all the questions that we've had. Anything to add on that, Julie?
No, I think one of the things that I'd like to add, and I don't think we touch on it enough. So we talk about the food, the fitness, and the focus, and la-di-da. Fruci Fit is an amazing community. Never before have I ever come across a group of ladies that all come together and they're all so lovely. Ladies in the norm can have interesting, quirky ways when they get together, but that doesn't seem to happen in Fruci Fit. It's like everybody has a backstory. They're all trying to achieve something, and they're all super supportive of one another and celebrate successes, whether that's a celebration of, somebody being able to touch their toes, or these are real life examples, by the way, or somebody getting on the floor and doing 3 bear crawls, or somebody starting a couch to 5k and being able to run a distance they never thought they'd be able to run. And the community side of Fruci Fit is truly amazing. And I think, when we had the event at Bowood not so long ago, so for those of you that are listening, Fruci Fit has or tries to organise an event about every 3 to 4 months where we all come together, we do some exercise, we might have a coffee, you get to meet people that you may not have met before, you may have only met them online or seen their names in the Facebook group. I always remember when I was doing my journey. So I used to leave for work. I used to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and used to do the monthly challenge that gets posted out in the private members group. And there was always this other person that used to do it at that stupid o'clock in the morning. And eventually we met and we've stayed friends ever since. And, great friendships appear during your journey in Fruci Fit. So, the community side of it is just awesome. Just awesome. So, and I just have to mention that because that doesn't seem to come much in the 5-day kickstart.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think even online, like some people here have kind of connected within this group, but even people who do it online, that we are live from home and we're on Zoom sometimes as well, and it's amazing. Like when people are like chatting in the Zoom room, we're about to get started, they're having a chat, and I'm thinking, I'll hold on a minute for this chat. But then we meet at events, everyone comes, and all of a sudden everyone's chatting, and a lot of people met in lockdown and joined in lockdown. Jill, yes, I agree. Julie, celebration of when I achieved the 70-second plank from when I first started, and couldn't get up from the floor. Awesome. It's amazing.
And that was just amazing. It is just amazing. Just
Sarah, I think your exercise routines have been so good, and I've definitely felt good. Aches in the right places. Perfect. Good. Perfect. Well, if we see you in the Kickstart group, awesome. See you there, and we'll go through the next steps in terms of in on the one-to-ones to put together a starting plan for you to move to A to B. Remember, it's not a plan forever. If you are going in, well done on doing the 5 days. You've done what probably about 70% don't do, which is do the 5 days. Like, if I told you how many people will sign up for a free thing like this, there's quite a lot. But to actually show up and do it, if you ever say, I don't have any motivation, I'm lazy, anything like that, just remember that you did this. That is significant in itself. So give yourself a pat on the back for that already. Then build that momentum in. This is the key thing. Go to facts whenever that monkey in the shoulder says, oh yeah, I'm lazy. Look for evidence the other way. Because if you say things like that, your brain will look for evidence to prove yourself right. I'm lazy because I did this and this and this. Look for the other reason. Just do the opposite and see if your brain does the same.
And if there's anyone that is thinking, oh, shall I do it? Shan't I do it? Oh, just do it. Just do it. If you haven't watched the video that I shot ages back, I think that was the only message I got across at the end. Just do it. Just give it a go. There is absolutely nothing to lose. And if you're scared of doing it, it's, it can be daunting turning up to a studio. You don't know anybody. You don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're parking. Just do it. The coaches will give you plenty of directions of how to get there. And the ladies are all lovely and you'll have lots of laughter. Just do it. Honestly, you won't regret it. And Matt's not paying me to say that. I work with Fruci Fit because I truly, truly believe in what Fruci Fit is about. I did the journey and I ended up staying as part of the team, which is still a mad moment to this day.
Yeah.
But
never did you think you'd be doing this on a Friday night?
No,
sparkling water.
No, with sparkling water.
Well, you might have something stronger than sparkling water.
I've got my water here. Look.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say no. I've got.
I have my water.
Caroline, can you do the 28-day kickstart all online? Yes, you can. Many people do that from far and wide, actually.
I had a lady. God, we'd be here all night. I had somebody, and they worked a cruise ship. They worked on a cruise, and they did their journey on a cruise ship. They were away for months.
Example, that.
Time. Yeah. They used to check in with me and tell me the different stories about the cruise ship and what was happening. So you can do it anywhere, even in the middle of the sea.
Even if you're seasick. There you go.
Yeah. Fortunately, we didn't get seasick.
Yeah. Jules, thank you for your time and energy. I found this so informative and enjoyed it immensely. Amazing. How are we doing, Katie? Perfect. Well, if you have any more questions, let us know. And if you want more information about it, remember the link is above. You can WhatsApp directly in there to me, and I'll get back to you with that. And we shall go from there. Awesome work. Great stuff, Caroline. Yeah, if you've got any questions on that, let us know. And we'll go from there.
Fab.
I think that's a wrap.
Wrap.
Brilliant. Have an awesome evening. Enjoy your sparkling water. Hopefully we get a little bit of sun coming soon.
This weather. Forecast for Easter is good.
Yeah, there'll be the barbecues will be out. Then the next one will be, Matt, how do we deal with the barbecues? That's next. I'm already one step ahead. I'm one step ahead. Don't worry. It's coming. Great protein at a barbecue. Remember that.
Yeah.
Obstacles are on the way, not in the way. There we go. Right. Have an awesome evening and a great weekend. And we'll see you later. Perfect. Awesome. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Cheers, Julie.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, both of you. You're both phenomenal. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
Cheers, Sarah. Cheers, Nikki. Awesome, Sharon. Have a good evening. And I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.